And we are live. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, how y'all doing today? This is your boy, the Doordash Revolution and Hulk Smash. Once again, getting ready to do another episode. I'm hoping that y'all can hear me pretty good. How's everything going, George?
Doing good. How's everything?
Everything great. I see we got Charles D in the house. We got Hulk Smash doing his moderation thing as a community leader. We appreciate you. And we also out here in these streets out here. It's gonna be noisy. That's what we do. You know. Well, George, I guess we'll go ahead and get into it. I know you have some concerns and some things that you want to find out, so we're gonna start there.
Blessings to you, brother Charles. That's you.
Yeah, you got Charles in here. You got Gig Apps Exposed. What's up? How you doing today, brother? We're glad to have you here, Brian.
Okay. You got him on the echo.
I'm on the echo. I have my phone turned off.
Yeah.
I got my phone turned off. So.
All right. It's echoing on mine.
That means you're going to turn one of the volume down on one of the devices.
So I got it.
Yeah, that's probably what it is. It's all good.
Hold on.
Yeah, Charles D said go ahead and mute one of them.
Okay. I got it. I think I got it.
Still hear some feedback in the background. Oh, here we go.
Okay.
So we have a function junction just happened. All right, we back. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody know my situation of being deactivated. And I'm glad that we have Brian here today. You got exposed. And he done a good video. He do good videos anyway. But there's one that caught my attention. And him and another driver explained their situation. You know, and it was very interesting to me. But I know that you have some concerns, Hulk. Let's get back to that. And I believe you have some questions that you want to ask me. So let's go ahead and jump right into it.
Well, well, first of all, I want to say hi to everybody. And I've been away for a little bit. I know some people know about my situation with my mom. Some people probably don't. But hold on.
Yeah, you turn your volume down a little bit too.
Yeah, hold on.
I might be loud.
Hold on.
While he's doing that, ladies and gentlemen, once again we welcome you here. You still got an echo.
Okay.
Yeah, you still got an echo too. Yeah, they said you still got an echo. There's been a lot of strange things going on. Yeah, we hear you.
Okay. All right. Like I said, good afternoon, everybody. It's Stu feedback. Hold on, let me come back in.
All right. He'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. He needs to probably turn his volume down as well. I might need to turn mine down also, loud as I talk. But yeah, we thank you, Brian, for what you're doing in the community, man. And you've been right all along. And people gonna start seeing that you were right. You see, and there's a lot of crazy things been going on in this community. And I just heard the news about something earlier. you know. And does Hulk Smash have Grubhub still? Yes, he has. He has Grubhub. He still have it. The thing with it is, I'm gonna show. I think I'm gonna show one of my earnings, and I have good days. I have bad days. I have mediocre days. So the overall is mediocre. I so much appreciate it, Rev. You're great. You have a great channel, my friend, and you're a great person. You are too. You are too. You are too. I've been deactivated since 22 on Grubhub. On Grubhub, yeah, Grubhub. Tell you about Grubhub. What I have discovered, and I've been using Grubhub for 3 years, but it's been you back. Let me bring Hulk back. All right, add him to the stage.
All right. Can you hear me? Testing, testing.
You sounding good. Just turn the volume down a little bit.
Fire is down.
You got a powerful sister.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got a powerful sister. Not
Okay.
Grubhub, something else. You got your headset. Can you put your headset to it?
I could try that. I didn't have this problem when I was on Hector's.
Yeah, then, you know, it's just one of
I
the
didn't have this
things.
problem when I was on Hector's. Just, I'm fine.
Mhm. You still got a slight echo.
All right. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
I hear feedback. So. Oh my God.
It's the mic level, I think. That's what I was telling you. It's probably the mic level, the level of your mic. I got straightened up my face. Sometimes I have some weird facial expressions, ladies and gentlemen. I just caught myself just then. All right, Grubhub.
All right. All right. Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Cool. All right. Go ahead with your glove hub, and I'll introduce myself again.
Go ahead and do what you got to do.
All right. Well, good afternoon, everybody. You know, I've been around. I've been away for a little bit. You know, I had some personal issues. My mom passed away last month, and I've been dealing with stuff with that. Um, I appreciate everybody who was giving me support, my family, from the gig community, because it really helped me get through with this hard time that's going through now. So I appreciate everybody for doing that. So, but you know, the Rev was gone for a little bit, and he hasn't been calling me because he has his issue things going on. You know, so with the deactivation he had, I was just wondering, you know, like, and one of the questions I had with his deactivation, how did he feel about it when he found out he was deactivated? How did he feel about it when he was deactivated?
All right. Before I go ahead and answer that, Brian said if you're listening on one of the devices, you're gonna have to turn it off because you can't listen to two devices. And he is right. So you may have to turn one off. Still got that strong feedback.
Alright. I'll turn this one on. Alright. I don't know how I want to see the chat, man.
Okay, I'll do it on my end. You both hit the mute button when you do it.
Well, the thing is, I just had the thing on pause on my other device. See, I'm still hearing the feedback.
Mm-hmm.
So my other device is not on.
Okay.
So it's not that. That's
Or turn the volume off on one.
well, I don't have my other device on. You see, I'm logged out. I'm logged out on my other device. See, I'm logged out on my Gmail account on YouTube.
Okay.
So I only got them on the phone. So,
Ask that question again.
it's that feedback. My question was, is how did you feel when you found out you were deactivated?
Okay, that's a good question. I'm gonna hold my head up at the same time. It was a shock of the hour, and the reason why I said it was a shock of the hour because it was unexpected. Now we knew that one day it would happen because I've been micromanaged for a while, by them. I felt like I've been beta tested by them as well. Information that we put out there also. There are drivers that did not want me to put this information out. There may have been a few content creators that did not want me to put this information out. And also, Doordash definitely didn't want me to put the information out that I was putting out. I wanted drivers to have a fair chance and a fair shake of what has been going on from dishonest people, merchants, customers, and also what was happening on the Doordash platform itself. So, yes, how do I feel about that? I feel that if drivers are going to get deactivated, DoorDash should let them have more information on the reason why and all of that. So a lot of people want to know not only how I feel, but how am I adjusting to being deactivated? Good thing I got other apps. Good thing I can do other things. We're looking at 2 air conditioning jobs right now that we probably going to do, but I'm gonna have to get with some other people and get them involved for the contract that I'm trying to do. We have to learn that we cannot get so comfortable and spoiled to how we was making money on these apps to where we feel like we are privileged than other people. I heard drivers would tell merchants that, I make this amount per hour and I'm an independent contractor. Sometimes I had to bite my lip because the word we was using as independent contractor, I discovered is not really true on these apps. They use it for tax purposes. We more like independent workers. And they showing us more and more every day that we do not have that freedom of an independent contractor. When I started doing Grubhub in depth, I learned some things. I discovered some things that I hadn't seen before on Grubhub, even though I was on it for 3 years. I was just using it as a filler app. Now I got to use it as one of my main apps, along with another app. Sometimes we can just get too comfortable with life and too complacent that we forget the resources and skill sets that we already have, but we got to put work to do it in. When there's an easier way to make our money, we're going to gravitate to that. And then we lose sight on how valuable it is to do hard work. Back to the independent worker. Grubhub reminds me of right across the street over there. When you own Grubhub app for 2 hours, 2.5 hours, you can pause the app for 10 minutes. That's equivalent to a 10-minute break that you would have right there in that warehouse. Your first break, 10 minutes. Some warehouses have a 20-minute lunch break. Then you have another 10-minute break. That's it, especially when you're on block. So that feels like an employee environment to me. Yes, I have the independence of working when I want to work on these different apps, but still we got to comply with their contract because it's their contract, not ours. Independent for tax purposes, my market doing Doordash, this app is full of control. It's a pay model with structure. Yes, it is. The sooner drivers realize that, the better we will be in preparing ourselves to create a strategic plan on how we maximize our potential income growth. How can drivers survive off of being deactivated on the most dominant app out of Grubhub, DoorDash, and Uber Eats? I mean, out of Grubhub and Uber Eats. That's your main source of money. DoorDash, you can also do it on the other 2 apps too, but your main source, a lot of drivers uses. I can get my cash right now, cash it out, go on about my business. I can be empty of gas, almost running low. I can get 2 orders, put $25 or $30 in. I'm good to go. Now I can make $100 or $130. Adjusting to being deactivated, you're gonna have to wake up real quick because you have received a rude awakening. You want to wake up real quick. And if you've been using one app more than the others, you're going to have to learn them apps all over again. You missed out on the updates that have taken place on those previous apps because you weren't working them on a regular basis as DoorDash. So you can't worry about what people think. You got to get over that. You can't worry about your pride and your ego being bruised. You can't worry about all of that. You may have to take a break from the scene for a little while. You get your mindset right. You get your headspace right. and realize that you depend on these apps or did you depend on God? And if you didn't depend on God, that means you depend on something else in place of him. So now you get a rude awakening and a wake-up call, right? To where you go back to the basics of what you were taught, especially if you grew up in church, especially if you have the opportunity of where you spent more concentration in one area than the other. That's why, ladies and gentlemen, we have to pray every day about our life situations, our circumstances. It's the same way you will feel. That's right, Brian. He just put out there Matthew 6:33. Seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. That's exactly what he just said right there. Yes, we're going to go through trials and tribulations, but if we have our faith in God, he's going to bring us through. If we get besides ourselves and forget who he is as a creator, because we are of his creation, to where we done got beside ourselves, to where we start calling ourselves gods and goddess, that rude awakening gonna come. Just like if you get fired over there at the warehouse, unexpected, it's a rude awakening. Usually when you get fired, it's not at your convenience. In the warehouse, I would see people get fired. They don't give you no 2-week notice. But if you were to quit, they want you to give them a 2-week notice. Okay? I know we all can relate to that. They're not gonna give you, they're not gonna give you no 2-week notice on the W-2 and say, look, we're gonna allow you to make 2 more checks if you get paid every week, but we're gonna allow you to get 1 more check, you know, to kind of brace yourself for the impact of losing your potential income that you've been working at these jobs. Some people lose their job after 30 years, 25 years. Now the rude awakening done hit. The factor has become real. Now I got to dip into my savings. If I don't have savings, what next I'm getting ready to do? You know, we got to have a plan, a strategic plan, because that day can come at any time. Drivers had told me, I've never been deactivated on Doordash, all of this. I never had a contract violation. All of a sudden this year, those
Can I
drivers
say
that had
something, brother?
go ahead.
Okay. I don't want to. Yeah. I just want to just let everybody know that there's no job that's a secure job. Any job, no matter it's W-2 or 1099, it could go away. By, you know, whatever, something takes it over, you know, by another company, they go bankruptcy and just went out of business because they couldn't handle it or whatever, or something happens that they let you go for other reasons, or you ended up leaving for other reasons too. I got some jobs that I love to do because of my disabilities, and it was a safety issue. With the doctors, the jobs I was doing, working in the plant, a steel plant and everything, working on HVAC equipment in the industrial level as well as commercial and residential. It was more of a risk factor, high risk factor for my safety. So I left because of my disability that I had that gotten worse while I was in the military. So things could happen, you know, out here. It don't always have to be a bad reason why you left the job. It could be because of something happened. You could get in a car accident, you know, for us gig workers who use our vehicles and stuff every day. We're more prone to get into a car accident than
maybe somebody with a W-2 who don't use their car as much. They'll go from one place to another, keep their car in there for 7 to 8 hours or whatever the case may be. We out there on the streets waiting for an order from a phone or a tablet to give us an order, say, okay, go pick up this or go do that or whatever the case may be, or whatever app you're doing. You get into that car accident. You live through it and everything like that, but now your back's all messed up. You know, that's going to take you out of a lot of the jobs you probably do, even Doordash. You know, because Doordash, you don't know if you're going upstairs. You do shop and pay orders, so you get that water and heavy liquids and stuff on shopping pays. So that's going to hurt your back. Even though when you have the back brace, it's still going to hurt your back a little bit. You know, that's with me, but I got bad knees as well. These came from the military and other stuff, but mostly from the military. But you could get hurt and knock you out of your job as well as somebody just doing a force report on you and getting you deactivated. You're not going to get deactivated from leaving, but you might not be able to do that job. And if you can't use the app, like I use Doordash, I don't do shopping pays. Okay? Because I know that it has random stuff. I don't do really Instacart unless my wife is with me. You know? Because I know when I try to do those apps like that, and I do the shopping pays with the Instacart, it's a high risk of me hurt myself because of the heavy stuff. My car is an SUV that I can carry a lot of stuff. So since you have a certain car, they're going to give you stuff according to your car. A lot of these apps do that. You know, Rodeo also. So I'm limited, even though I have all these apps, I'm limited on what apps I could do because of what my disability is. I'm not going to hurt myself for these apps because I know what I could do safely. So that's what you also got to consider when you're doing these apps too. Safety. Your personal safety is your personal safety. You know, the app's got a certain amount of safety, but it's your responsibility to make sure you do your job as safe as it can be. You know, getting PPE and all that other stuff. So I'm not really getting off the subject, but that's part of it. But go ahead, D-Man. I'm sorry. That's all I want to say.
No. That is the subject. That is the reality check that all of us drivers must take into consideration of realization. You know, I feel that we are too entitled and we are spoiled. Pandemic spoiled us, right? With this astronomical amount of money we were making. So we got arrogant how we treated our clients. Okay. Another thing, I'm asking questions in there. I didn't put Q1 down, but we already know what Q1 is. Q2 is how do you adapt to these situations? How do you adapt?
Well, if I say I got the activation from Doordash right now. I have other apps. I'm not deactivating Doordash, but I haven't been working Doordash. I'm not even the top dasher this month because of my personal stuff. My personal stuff came before me, before Doordash. So that's more important. So what I've done, I always do savings and stuff for emergencies. So that's when you have to do, you know, savings. I say pay yourself first because you are a bill. Even though you have to pay your bills and everything, you still got to pay yourself first. That's just my motto. Everybody have their own motto. So you pay yourself first for any kind of emergencies you could probably think of, you know. But my mom was in the hospital, in and out of the hospital, and then she stayed in there from the April 17th of this year, and then she left the hospital, you know, went to the morgue and everything, May the 4th. I was in and out of the house. I was mostly at the hospital most of that time. You know, that's a long time. You know, I'm the only one doing the bread, you know, bringing in the bread. Yes, I have the disability from the VA, but I also do gig work. So, but I learned from my mom to to save up for the future, things in the future that might happen. Not just from the now, you gotta save for the future too, of things that might happen. You know, you might get your car wrecked. You know, some people might go and rent a car and paying all that money to rent a car while your car's getting fixed. You know, it depends on the person's insurance. You know, then you might have to go through your insurance to get your car and all that other stuff, things like that. So it's a lot of stuff that goes in that, just getting your car fixed and stuff like that. But the thing is you have to try to prepare. You know, when you have these other apps, don't neglect them. You know, use them too, so they know you're using them, because some of these apps, after a while, they see that you idle. They could put you in a different class. You know, it might not be deactivation, but you might be on whatever they pause or whatever. You have to call them to get reactivated for active. So you be in an inactive status, I will call it. And then you have to call them to get back in the active status. And then while you're doing that, you're wasting time and money versus you could just go, oh, I'm going to go on Grubhub because, you know, Doordash is not there and stuff like that. So now I got Grubhub, and I've been doing Grubhub. I'm keeping up with Grubhub, so I know what's up and up with Grubhub. So I'm good. Or I'm doing Instacart. I know what's up and up with Instacart or whatever, VHO, whatever, you know. So that's my little thing right there for everybody to understand that, you know, like these apps and these jobs, these W-2 jobs as well, they come and go. So you always gotta like think about the future of where you want to go. You have to try to get yourself a plan. Do you want to stay at this job for so many years, or this is a place to start and build up so you can go to something better and greater in the future? We all gotta start somewhere, but we always end up somewhere else. And hopefully, when you end up somewhere else, it's for your better, for the better of you, not to go backwards, to go forward. That's the future of you as a individual. You want to always make yourself a better person than when you started at. So that's all I gotta say. Go ahead, D-Web. I'm sorry.
Brother, we are on the show together. We are having a dialogue about the reality of life. We both will share our perspectives. We both will share our experience. We both will share our emotions and feelings. And we want to share it with our viewers. You know, I just got some information came in. I wasn't going to say anything about it.
Thank you, Charles.
I have my
opinion.
I'm sorry. You good, you good. You responding to the chat, you good, brother. We have to understand that when we sign up for this situation of earning money, of the possibilities and the probabilities that goes along with it, it's like gambling. As long as I think I'm getting ahead, I'm not going to worry about the what ifs until one day the what if happens. The what if happens. My question is, since we done got spoiled to the point that we feel like we are too entitled, to where we got complacent, where we looked at this thing as it's sustainable enough for me not to worry about anything. And that's not true in this business here. First of all, you know, we're not being treated as independent contractors. Not because I got deactivated that I'm saying this. I've been saying this. People laughed at me about it. Now we beginning to see that we more an independent worker than a contractor. What will any of us do once this happened to you? I knew that I had to change my strategy. I knew that now I got to set a budget different than the plan A budget. versus I can put $25 in my car every day. So I got to fill my tank up now. Versus I get paid every day, then twice a week, then once a week. Now it's once a week. So I have to make some adjustments. I have to make some changes. I have to come up with a new strategic plan because the plan that I did have, I got to throw it out the window. I got to throw it out the window because that plan not going to work now. Yes, Charles D. In the smaller markets, it could be tougher due to the limited resources. Yes.
Yeah, I was
Depending on your
answering. I
market.
was answering his statement that was done. I was agreeing and saying, but on the same note, Charles D. Yeah. With the markets are different, but you have to like try to figure out what's in your market, like for job wise, to try to get some revenue and try to work on it. Maybe you might have to do a W-2. You know, even if it's going to the gas station for a few hours, just to subsidize, it's something better than nothing sometimes until you can figure out other things, um, because there are jobs out there. And my thing is, are you willing to do it? Just until you can get back on your feet more secure. Because a lot of people might not say, oh, I don't want to go to a gas station, or I don't want to do McDonald's, flipping burgers, or whatever the case may be, something like that, because it feels like it's beneath them. But if you get that pride out and look at the bigger picture, especially if you have family. But even if you don't have family, just to do for yourself, you want to make sure you can survive. The ultimate goal is you don't want to be on the street with nothing. You know, that's a hard thing. Me and my wife and my daughter, we was on the street, living out of our car. This is just true. I'm not lying about this. For 6 months, Um, I'll just say it like this: two alpha females in the same room are not good. Okay, and that's what made us go on the street. So, where two alpha females are clashing heads, and you living under one of the alpha females' roof, and the other alpha female don't like it, it's gonna clash heads. So we have to leave. So we left, and we came from Philly when I was working for a company called Quamco LLC to help my mom because she needed some medical, help assistance and stuff because she needed some help. But things happened, it turned ugly. So the best thing was to leave. So, we didn't save a lot. We was like just, going and spending and things like that. We was younger and stuff, so we didn't save a lot. But after that time doing that, we noticed that we had changed our ways. God helped us out of that. But I was on that level, and I had my wife and my daughter in the car. Once in a while, we go to a hotel and make some money. We went to the hotel, but the truck stops helped us out because we went to the truck stops, took a shower and stuff, ate there, slept there in the lounge sometimes. We wash clothes over there, things like that. The truck stops and things like that. But they kind of look dangerous too because some of the people in there are kind of weird. So for my taste, with my for my family safety. So, but we woke up and everything, and we got back on our feet. God got us some bit, but he showed us that even the better people could get down there and get to the lower end, and then have to come back up too. There's other people I know that was like people who's making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. And this is in New York when I lived. And they ended up on the street. So it doesn't matter how successful you are at one time for something to happen and be a dramatic change and you get to the low end. And that probably teaches you how to let me say the word I'm trying to say.
Time, brother.
appreciate what you had or what you gonna have. You'll appreciate what you have more than when you don't have it. Then you'll appreciate it more. When people get into silver spoon routines, they don't understand how to appreciate because they always feel that you'll get it. But then when that silver spoon is no longer and takes away and you gotta work for yourself, that's when you gotta deep down in your soul to see, okay, what I gotta do. So I hope I'm not
Life
off the subject.
You're
But
not off the subject at all. You right on it.
but you know
Life has
that's just something right there that people got to realize too. Um, that you could go from doing good to bad and then get back because I'm a spiritual man. I believe God put you through different things to try to test you for the faith. But I'm not gonna get into much of that, because I don't want to insult nobody. But that's what I believe. So He had me test. He tested me and my family, and we came through it. Now we're in a better place. So because of Him, and He put people in my path to help us to get to where we are now. So
There's nothing wrong with sharing your testimony because it could be a viewer today, first time viewer, somebody going through something, need those encouraging words of your testimony. We're not going to apologize for that, and we don't care if it does insult people. You telling a testimony that's going to help somebody else. Major Delivery said, I was taught at a young age never to look down on anyone who worked no matter what their job is.
right,
Then
I agree with that. And like I was saying, I know some people that I met and talked to in my market that they was complaining and they was on unemployment and stuff, and they was picky about jobs because the unemployment system here, they set you up with interviews and stuff for jobs because they want you to get work. They don't want you to be working on, just giving things from the state to give you money. They want you to try to go out there and work too. They was like, nah, I don't want to do that, man. And stuff. They don't show up for the interview or things like that. I said, well, how you gonna show them that you're willing to try to get yourself back on your feet if you're not even trying to, they set you up with some interviews, possible interviews to possible jobs. That's not what I want, man. I don't want to work at no thrift store. Okay, what are you doing now? Okay, what are you doing now? Okay, what are you doing now? Are you doing anything now? Are you getting up in the morning and going to work on your own? Or you getting up in the morning and getting that check every week or so? When you're doing that, you have to fill out the form. I've been through that. That's why I can talk about it. When I was unemployed and stuff, I could talk about it. You had to go and fill out that you went to 3 places, 3 job places and stuff, and talk to them and try to set up interviews or whatever too. They need to see you that, and then they'll go and check. They just don't tell you, but they'll check the places that you did and actually went there. And they'll check. And sometimes they tell you, you can get some kind of card, or business card, or somebody from a manager or something, and then bring it back to them. That's in my area, my state. I don't know about other states. So whatever your state unemployment, how they do it, that's different. I'm not going to talk about other states. I'm just talking about my state. So that's how they do it here. Because a lot of people just want to live off the state and everything, get that free money and not trying to do anything for themselves. And they are seeing that, so they're making it that if you don't do this and that, you can get out the program. So when you do that, that's a good. When you have that help from the state to help you, utilize it. If you do go that way, end up with no job. Try to utilize the state. You just gotta not have that big ego, because now you don't have no job and you're trying to get a job. And if they do a lot of legwork for you, utilize that. Because trying to get interviews and stuff is a job in itself, because you gotta be out there every day. And the thing is you never get paid for doing that type of job, but it's still a job in itself. It's time consuming and everything. You got to do your research on a company that you want, because if you take an interview, they're going to ask you a question. Like if D-Web was the Doordash CEO, and I happen to have an interview with the CEO, I don't know, I'm just saying, he's the Doordash CEO. And I want to work for Doordash, you know, on the W2. He's going to ask you, okay, what do you know about Doordash? Or something like that. You want to do your you want to do your research. That you're interested in the job, because that interview is gonna grade you in mind and stuff to say, okay, if this person wants a job interview with me to work for me, but this person didn't do no time and homework to even know what Doordash is about, why would I hire that person? So that's a thing there too. When you go for job interviews and stuff too, it's a little bit off, but it goes on that thing. But when you do job interviews, you want to do a little bit of homework. So then you know they don't want you to know everything, but they want you to know just something so you can bring to the table when you're going for the interview for the job. All right, D-Web, I'm sorry. Bad boss.
Bro, you have to apologize because see, this information needs to be put out there first and foremost. Having a setback, okay. None of us is exempt from experiencing a setback in life. All right. Is how you look at your situation, not others. You don't let others that have a perception about your life change the way you need to look at your situation, because you got to come out of your own setback. There will be people that are going to laugh. There will be people that will celebrate. There will be people that want to see your downfall. But you don't let it take you down mentally. You got to be mentally strong. You got to be spiritually strong. You got to be physically strong. Your mindset. How do I adjust? And how do I adapt so I can overcome my setback and make a comeback? Bigger and better than before. Hero Fix TV here says, when Uber Eats deactivated me, I stated buying luxury vintage bags off of eBay. I fixed them up and tripled my money. Deactivation was a blessing. He got creative, ladies and gentlemen. Creativity. He had to become positive. He couldn't let the negativity outweigh the positivity, so he can make a comeback. I used to hear school teachers talk about, I'll never do this delivery business. I remember the times that drivers was too embarrassed to let anybody know that they were a delivery driver, service provider. So how did we get from that stage to being too entitled? Oh, I'm asking some powerful questions today. God has a way of humbling us now, no matter who you are. You got some new comments in there, George. Let me try to see.
Yeah, I just had to, Charles D said you was cooking, George. I said thank you, Charles D. I love this conversation. This is very inspiring. Yes, Gig I suppose. But you guys' input really makes me humble as well. Because you see, y'all sharing your life experiences and stuff as well, that, you know, and how you overcome them. Because, you know, you notice that, okay, this happened to you, but you overcame it and got to a better place. So that's good. I'm very happy for everybody in the chat who's participating and showing them their experience and stuff. You know, because it makes people think, you know, like you're not alone. Things happen, you know. The similarity is you had DoorDash, now you didn't have DoorDash. Okay, however you don't have DoorDash, It's not really the issue. Is that you don't have DoorDash now. Now you're working on other avenues to make a living to support yourself and your family. And that's the whole thing. That's the whole lesson there. How you overcome, a setback and then turn it around like Hill Fix TV did and made it into a positive. And all you guys did that. You turned it around from a negative into a positive. So kudos and thumbs up for all y'all. And this is what we need in the community. People to show their stories and life experiences to help others. That way people understand that they're not alone in the community. They got support in the community. This community is so good. I said it on another live stream not too long ago, how this community can help each other when things go down. The community does come together. You guys are a part of the community. And you guys help each other out, with what we're doing now and then other channels to go to. So keep up the good work and spread the word and all that stuff. Don't always go with all that negative stuff, There's always going to be some kind of drama and negative because, it's this life. You got to have some kind of balance. It's just how you handle it. Is the way to do it. It's how to handle it. When it gets too much to bear, maybe sometimes you need somebody just to listen. That helps out. Or do a hobby or something. Go out for a walk or kickboxing or whatever you might do to try to get some of the stress release because that stress can hurt you. Yes, depend on God is the main thing. Number one first. Yes, I agree. You guys suppose. Yes. Yeah, God is the number one. But I was just saying, as a general because I don't want to go push. I love God and everything, but I just want to be respectful as well. About saying that however people handle their situation, some people might handle it different. They might not look at God as number one like we would, but some people might look at it another way. So I just want to do out to everybody how they try to handle whatever comes their way and always know this help.
Thank you.
So I hope I get that expose ain't upset with me.
I'm not upset with you, brother. The thing is,
Okay.
we put it in perspective to where we have to depend on Him, God. We got to depend on Him. Those who believe in God, serve Him, followers of Jesus Christ, we have to maintain our faith. We're going to be ridiculed. We're going to be talked about. They're going to make a mockery of us. We know all of these things, right? Okay. But we shouldn't lose the faith because of it. Right. And we should never apologize for serving Him. He helps sustain us. He helps keep us. He provides for us. You see, He blessing us right now to be able to inhale and exhale. You see, woke us up this morning, being able to see the four corners of our bedroom instead of the four corners of our grave. When we step outside, we see the four corners, the four winds of the earth. We back now.
Yeah. And, you see, when you was off, I didn't echo.
See, so the thing is, not only is this question for me, how did you feel about getting deactivated? What are you going to do about your situation? And how do you handle the setback and overcome it for a comeback?
Well, for me, with that question, I'll answer it. For me, okay, I got deactivated from Doordash. I'm just saying hypothetically. I didn't get deactivated from Doordash. I'm just answering this question. I got deactivated from Doordash. first thing I would probably do, I would do is I gotta sit and digest what's going on. I have to digest it. You know, which means I have to take it in and feel okay. This is a reality. Okay, I don't have that app no more. Okay, now the second step after I digest it, how I'm going to execute a new plan of action so I can stay on my feet. You know, that's when a lot of things you have to go and check out your core values. Okay, core values. That's going to be. I'm not going to get too much in core values because that's going to be another lesson. But core values is what actually, drives you. Like makes you you. D-Red has his core values. I have my core values. Everybody in the chat has their core values. So you got to go deep in yourself and look at yourself to see what's going to drive you to go forward from there. And something called core values is the thing that helps. God is number one. That's part of my core values. Believe in Him. To ask Him. But there's other core values too that will help you. But it's only for you. Some of them might be similar to other people, but you got to know what core values work for you to help you. And core values help you all through your life. If you don't, you might not think about it, but it does. So in that aspect, once you decide to know what you're going to do, then you're going to have to try to, look at some avenues. If you have other jobs already lined up, that means other gig apps. What gig apps are you going to try to use now to capitalize on making more earnings with that app and fill out the other apps too to try to do? It's going to be a little bit because you have to start over. You got to learn the app. If you haven't been using the app, you have to learn what app will be strong in certain areas of your market. So once you do that, you'll get more of an understanding. And then how you can probably interact those apps. If you have more than one app, how you can interact those apps. Basically multi-app if you like to do that. For multi-app safety though, don't do it unsafe. Everything's safe. So that's how I would do it. And then setback, and then check how you're doing, and then what you could probably do better. If you got, obviously you're not where you want to be, but keep on striving for where you want to try to be at, and set little goals for yourself to get there. Because then if you have something that you're trying to set to accomplish, I think that'll make you want to do more for yourself. And you'll have these little challenges in the way. But then when you need help, you could go God, and you could go to people that you trust as well to help you get to these goals. But it all starts with you. It all starts with you. So I hope I answered your question, man.
You did good, brother. You did good. The thing is this here. You did good. The thing is this here. This is an awareness for drivers when we overlook situations such as this. These are the unforeseen circumstances that does happen, and it is a reality in drivers out here in our gig community. Okay. To build a community, we got to understand that we all in it together. We all make the world turn around, and we got to realize that. Yes, there's going to be people out there that have jealousy and envy of you. That has happened all our life. From walking to adolescent stage, to being a young man, young lady, until now, until we get ready to hit that grade. It's how you handle these situations Do you let these situations tear down your self-esteem because somebody have a lower self-esteem of themselves and they look at you as if, okay, you are their conscience, it's letting them know about them, but you just trying to live and survive. For you're not trying to outshine anybody, but people may feel like, or look at them, or look at you like you trying to be better than when you them, but still being a better person. That's something else going on there. Contract violations, unfair contract violations. Okay, those unfair contract violations costing drivers their livelihood. And we can go on and on of the different reasons behind it, which we may do. But we're just scratching the surface with this episode about life, Doordash drivers, life after deactivation. There
Well,
is life
Charles
after.
Charles D has something going on there. Put up on the screen there his comment. You see it?
I'm still pushing forward. There it is right there. That's correct.
Right. Yeah, it's gonna hurt. Because being deactivated or let go on a job, whatever the job you're doing, and you didn't expect it, it's gonna happen to you. I'm trying to get the sun out of it. Sorry. Yeah. So but yes, I agree. It's gonna hurt because I was let go of a job because like I said, I didn't agree with what some of the higher ups were thinking when it came to safety. And it was at a job. I'm not gonna say the name of the job, but my daughter works there now. But I didn't agree with the safety, and I was trying to explain about the safety because somebody was doing something unsafe. But they just wanted the job done without worrying about the safety of the person. And when I took the keys from the person from the forklift, so he can't start the forklift, because the safety part of the forklift was the battery. When you hook the battery to the forklift, by the wire, big old wire. That's a big gauge wire. It was exposed. The actual insulation was off. So the straight bare wire was exposed. Now, if that thing touched something on the forklift and things like that, and that battery is attached to that wire, that could be a bad thing. So I was trying to explain to him that, try to use a different fork. They had two forklifts. He didn't want to use the other one because the other one's slow. He liked the one that was fast. So the higher uppers decided, like, well, you can't be taking that. You're not a team lead. I said, well, I'm just looking out for the guy's safety. So they decided to say, well, either you give him back the thing or we're gonna take it anyway and you leave. So I gave it back and I walked out the door. So I did that on my own, but I did because I agreed to something, and that's a core value I had. I took courage to stand up for something that was right, and I stood by it. And I had honor, and when I did it, because that's another core value of mine. So I did those two core values, even though now when I go to that same store, and I go and get gas, the person goes, hey, you coming back to work for me? You coming back to work for us? We need you, man. We need you. That's all you gonna treat me right? They were like, I said, well, you didn't treat me right, man. I'm not coming back. So every time they see me, somebody remembers me and stuff. They ask me, man, hey, man, I wish you was here, man, because you see, now I'm going downhill with the maintenance and stuff, and things are all out of whack, and we have to pay this and that, man. You was really good help. See, they missed a good worker because they was trying to do a fast buck to make a good impression to the people who was coming instead of the safety. So now they lost a good worker. But that's their loss, not mine.
So you moved on to bigger and better things, and that's
Yeah,
what you got.
I was upset because they decided told me to leave instead of just going on the see, and I'm showing them the problem, and it's as bright as day. You can't not miss it, and I showed them the problem. And I said it's an easy fix if you had equipment. I could fix it, to put a new plug and everything on there, splice a new plug and everything on there, do it the right way. I know how to fix that, but they didn't have the tools anyway to do it. But the thing was, since it was a safety hazard, they decided, oh well, either you give us the keys and go to work, or we're gonna demand the keys for you and you leave. So I gave them the keys and left. So that did shock me. So I was let go because of that. Even though I walked out the door myself, but that was the two ultimatums that they gave me. So I took number 2 and walked out myself. So
that series with core values gonna bring a whole lot of powerful information coming from you to our viewers. I thank you for that idea that we talked about. Now I heard through the grapevine that Pedro Doordash Santiago got deactivated too. I'm gonna look at that video later on. I'm not gonna put my opinion, viewpoints, or perspective on it right now. I know a lot of people probably talking about it right now. I seen the notification as I was preparing for today's show. He was on live today. He had about 700 people watching. Yeah, I'm gonna look at it. The thing is, any of us in life can experience a setback because we're on this earth here and we're human. And we have sin in the world. Our thing is that I remember when I started doing these gig apps, it went from guilt and shame of being a delivery driver. You didn't even want your next door neighbor to know you was one, to the point that we are too entitled. You see, so when the money changed, so did the people. So did the people. When the money changed, so did the people. We do have dishonest people in the world, all walks of life. I took my approach in sharing information that some drivers didn't want that information out there. They even said Doordash didn't want this information out there. There are a few content creators that did not want me to put this information out there. And if I had the choice to do it again, I would do it again. Put that information out there. Did I put too much information out there? Yeah. But everyone that listening to this channel got some kind of value from it. Whether it's from Hook Smash or myself, or drivers and content creators in the past that was on this channel here. People got something from it. There's a new era of content. So people, you can't change that era that's coming. It's already here. You're seeing drivers taking an idea to the next level. They improving their creativity to level up that information of content that has value for the viewers in mind. Okay. How to information videos done changed. Ride-alongs have changed. Vlogs and storytelling in this community has changed. What's up, Nate Dog? We got you in the house there. There you go, brother. We got to sit there and put you there. Has changed. You see what I'm saying? So we got some old G's that's in this community don't want to see that change. You can't stop the change. The ball is already in motion. Can't stop it. That means that while it's in motion, it's bigger than myself and Hulk Smash here. Other content creators making it, the ball keep rolling. With their creativity, you see what I'm saying, for positivity. They thought this supposed to knock me down. And I supposed to have gave up. My heart supposed to have been, I supposed to have been a broken man right now. They got something coming. Let me give you a news flash here. I came up from the school of hard knocks. It's not bragging. I served in our military armed forces, the U.S. Navy. Okay. I was raised up in the country, in the cotton fields and stuff like that there. I'm built a different kind of way, ladies and gentlemen, between this newer generation that may be wiser but can't take licks. Like they can dish them out. Anxiety, okay? Panic attacks people have. Your mental health going in a downward spiral. Self-esteem becoming worthless to yourself. You got to look in the mirror one day, look at yourself, and realize you are responsible for you. You are responsible for you. If you have Christian parents that reared you up in Christian values, understand what I'm saying here. Their salvation is not going to get you to heaven. You got to put in your own work of, I got to believe, I got to repent, I got to start a new life. And I have to say that, and I'm not going to apologize about that. I'm not. So, hello, Tasha. I see you off in here today. Good afternoon to you. With this channel here, yes, I talked about a bullet-free zone. When I said that I will be a spokesperson for the bullet-free zone, I know smoke gonna come my way. I know there will be those that will retaliate against the effort of making this community a better community. That's not gonna stop me. So help me God. So I benefited from the lessons learned from the Doordash revolution again today. Platinum rewards with large orders via cater bags, and met some nice folks. See there, ladies and gentlemen? Me and this man know each other personally. There will be drivers that admit we learned something from this channel. There are those that are haters of me, and I heard their conversation, said they learned something from this channel. Except for they say they doing it better than me. I ain't worrying about you doing it better than me, but make sure you keep it positivity with your creativity. and bring positivity to the community. All right, let's see what else we got right here. Hustling is our middle name. We're Black. We've been there before. Yes. Yes. And that's real. I will be doing a documentary, dedicate some things to different content creators in the month of June. I got you there. All right, with this tier program, things that we talked about 3 months ago was given to me from above, the information that I had received. Shared it with you, and you beginning to see it unravel, unfold. God gives us a revelation for a new direction. Whether you want to accept it or not, that's on you. You know, on your choices, on your decision making, that's on you. You know, we have the freedom of choice. All right. After they get through tweaking everything, I was going to be making some money again. Drivers don't mess it up this time. Will it be like the diamond era? To my opinion, I don't think so. But I can be wrong on that, though. I could be wrong. The tier program was designed, like I said before, for a process of elimination. Because I done got deactivated from Doordash. I'm supposed to be quiet now about what I said months ago that's coming to pass today. No, I'm not going to be quiet on that. I'm a true soldier for that. You see, the glitch deactivation, I already told everybody and showed proof 2 videos ago. Why was it a glitch? Why did it flash across your screen? How did that experience and circumstance happen? What was the message in what you were seeing and comprehending when the first time you experienced that should have been the questions people should have been asking me? Okay. Doordash, from what I was seeing and what I have showed you, that they was updating, I believe, a feature that will warn drivers of being before they get deactivated. That's already being processed for deactivation. And it was targeting EBT drivers. Through the grapevine, drivers was calling in about this information. Okay. Saying that they were in fear of being deactivated. Is this true? The DoorDash support personnel don't know anything about what's going on with the engineers and how the engineers doing, because they just customer service, not engineers. So drivers last year were lying about their money. Drivers in my area will be lying about how much they make when they wasn't making that money. In this market and everywhere else too. Drivers was lying about the EBT program too. Okay. Lying about the EBT program. Okay, you can't make any money on the EBT program. All right, earned by time. You're supposed to get paid for the time. If there's traffic jam, you're supposed to be getting paid for the time. I'm getting all kind of notifications right now. And depression. Let me get off of that and talk about depression. That's why I was talking about the drivers. We need to have a moment of relaxation and rest, because you can do this so much to it, you will fall into the state of depression. It will start showing on your facial appearance. You know, chasing that money so hard to where you may have put yourself in a position of, I got to depend on making this amount. If I don't make this amount, how many hours is it going to take me to make this amount? The reality of one market, a driver making $300 a day versus you can only make 100 in your market in 14 hours, but you're still trying to make $300. That's causing a lot of drivers depression. And if you feel like you at that state of depression or that depressive moment, if you can afford to take some time off, please take time off to regain your mental health. Take back your mental health. Take it back. Take it back. Take a break. Take it back. Claim it and take it back. Your mental health. Claim it and defeat depression because of these gig apps. Okay? This is how I'm handling life after deactivation. I can't have time to be under depression right now. Not when I'm coming back from a setback. Do you know how many times I went through a setback and came back? I've been through 5 automobile accidents. And I thank God I was able to come back. Why you think some people go to drugs? Because of depression. I'm trying to numb this feeling here that I feel. This may be one step for me from committing suicide. I'm gonna take this route. And next thing, you got another problem on your hands. The reality of life, the reality of the gig life, and the reality of what we go through as we live in this life here. What will I do? Lift my eyes unto the hills, for whence cometh my help coming from the Lord, which made the heavens and earth. Now my faith is being tested now. If I really believe in who I say I believe, now is the time to show my faith in action. Will I be down in spirit? Yeah, I'll be down in spirit, but my spirit is not going to be broken. I done been deactivated on Lyft. I done been deactivated on Uber. And I'm still doing these apps. This is not my first rodeo. You see content creators create content on deactivation for clicks and views and to get paid, but they didn't give you this information here. The reality of life. Sometimes we got to separate what's on YouTube and what's real. Some of us see ourselves on YouTube as if we are celebrities on TV now, and then got caught up till we done lost our way and lost our sight and lost what's important in life. And we done also been brainwashed, and then we also brainwashing our viewers. There are some people doing that. Bully free zone. Bully free zone. All right. So this is how I'm going to handle my life from here on out after being deactivated on Doordash, just like I handled it after I was deactivated on Lyft, after I just handled it how I was deactivated on Uber, and keep it moving. This not my first rodeo. It's some people right now need that motivational speech. It's some people right now need to hear a testimony. It's some people right now need to have some encouragement from someone that's been through it that can motivate you through it. And this is also Doordash content episode number 4. The screen lagging a little bit too. You got to pay a cost to be a leader. You got to pay the cost to be an influencer. You got to pay the cost when people don't agree with you. You're going to have to pay the cost. Thank you, Charles. That's why I'm not changing the name Doordash Revolution. It's time for us to revolutionize our minds, ladies and gentlemen, for success in life. Life is short. God forbid unforeseen circumstances. We're having delivery drivers getting killed, coming up missing right here in this city and cities throughout America and throughout our world. When are we going to get it? When are we going to get the message about that we need to unite as a community? When we going to get the message? The memo done been put out there. When we're going to start getting the message, ladies and gentlemen, that you see another delivery driver and it's dark outside, you can watch from a distance for you and that driver. We got more episodes coming, ladies and gentlemen. I would be talking about my experience, sharing my experience. Hope it can help you in some kind of way to have value that will give you an ideal of creativity to discover truth for yourself during your own circumstances that I may not have even mentioned in the video, but it was the ideal that sparked that ideal for you. What Huck talking about, what I'm talking about, you see. All of us face problems in life. It's how we handle those problems in life that we are facing, that we are struggling with. That's the message I want to say today. You keep on keeping on. You keep on fighting on. You keep on surviving through whatever adversities you're going through in life. He'll be right back in a minute, ladies and gentlemen. Oh,
I'm here.
getting ready. I'm getting ready to shut myself down. I know you got some more to say, but I know you got some more to say before we leave today.
No, not too much more. My thing is that, you know, we all a community. We need to stop the hating and stuff and just start to help people. Because as you getting to talk to different people, you getting to notice that you have a lot of similarities and that person, you know. And then you don't know that because at first you're like, oh, I'm hating and all this stuff, but then after a while, you're like, wow, we have a lot in common. You know, we do have a lot in common. For one thing, we out here to make money and try to be as independent as we can to make our money safely so we can go home. That's one thing we have in common. You know, so we all have problems. Some people might not, explain their problems, personal problems to certain people because they feel comfortable or not comfortable with others. So, but we all have problems outside of YouTube, outside of the gig space as well. So that's another similarity we have together too, if you really think about it. So, but we're here. This channel is here to help. If you have a problem and you want to come to the channel, we're here to help. We don't judge on this channel. We want anybody to have a say on this channel. If they have something that they feel comfortable sharing, this channel right here, I know they probably others, but this channel right here is there to help. And if we can't, if we don't have the solution to your question, we'll find it for you and get back with you. That's how we do. That's what this channel does. That's all I have to say.
That was powerful information coming from George John Hook Smash. The community is us people. It's what we make the community to be. We got to stop being afraid because we feel like others gonna bash us, and have a voice. You do have a voice. But what you will put up with, what you won't put up with. Can't be afraid cause you feel like a few will bash you for it. I have a group of community leaders over here in this channel over here. And we have meetings with these community leaders. At one time, I had 35 community leaders. I had to make an executive decision and change the roster for the community. The number of our community leaders now is 15. Those community leaders know what the viewers are looking for. We make decisions together, and we're going to start voting on decisions on ideas and projects that will be coming from this channel here. As we create a bully-free zone. It's time out for the foolishness. It's time for us to get in the grind and put our minds together and see how we can make a maximum potential income growth that will meet our goals and the community goals of each individual that want to provide for their families and the future of their families by building a legacy. I'm gonna leave you with them notes there. We're gonna go through some of the comments here, which I've been posting them up there. Anything that I miss, I'm gonna try to put it up there as well. Hero Fix TV talks about depression. You're so correct. I wasn't even making $100 a day on Doordash. That's reality, people, what he's talking about. I can relate to it going through the silver program on Doordash. I can relate to it when I came back off of my automobile accident and I was no longer a top dasher. I lost 60% of my income. So with that being said, you was making most of your income off of Doordash. Now you done been deactivated off the most dominant app that you was making money on. How are you doing it? We're gonna share my story. Live stream ride along. Except for I'm not gonna give out too much information this time. Just enough to keep people motivated and they understand, and then they create an idea from the content that they discovered for themselves that'll work for their unique situation of decision making in their market. Just like you got fired on the job, that's not the end of the world. Just like you getting deactivated on the apps, that's not the end of the world. Only your ego got bruised. Get past that and receive being humble. Your ego got bruised because you got beside yourself. Now it's time for you to be humble. Being humble isn't a weakness, ladies and gentlemen. That's where we got it messed up at. Humbleness is not a sign of weakness, it's a sign of strength. How you go through your adversities, how you succeed and overcome from a setback to a comeback. Okay? So we're here to stay until God says something different. Yes, we're working on other channels. Yes, we're working on other projects. Yes, we're working on other campaigns. We got to keep it moving. Hayes Gray underway, full steam ahead. So let's see what else we got going on right here real quick. We're glad to have Tasha in here today. Nate Dogg in the house today. I have been dashing as much because of my first job working from home. I have learned a lot from watching this channel so far for good work. Thank you, thank you. We glad that we was able to turn the light bulb on in your room. George and myself, we thank you for your generosity, and we thank you for getting value from this channel. We appreciate you. Nate Dogg, MSU, 1980. I benefited from the lessons learned from the Doordash revolution again today. Platinum rewards with the large order via Kayla bags, and met some nice folks too. Congratulations on your promotion. What you mean promotion, D-Rail? I'm gonna talk to him about that. I'll talk to him. He got promoted. I'm gonna tell him what it is too. And I'm not just talking about large order program either. He got promoted. Congratulations. I'll be talking to you soon. I'm glad. And I humbly can say thank you, and we appreciate you for being able to get some kind of value out of our content that's helping you set goals for success. We extend our appreciation to you, Hulk Smash, and myself. We thank you. DoorDash Rick is in the house. We thank you for tapping in. We're going to keep it strong. We appreciate that. Charles D is right. It does hurt, just like getting fired on any job, it hurts. This is what I used to do when I had a W-2. And I may go back to a W-2. Nothing wrong with that. When I would get fired on the job, ladies and gentlemen, I would go and I would pamper myself. I would go eat at a nice establishment. I was celebrating for one door closing. If one door closed, another one is open. That's why I did it. And we made it all right. We get ready to end it. I'm just running through some of the comments and right now.
I was try to see if that would get that feedback out.
It's so hard to live with nothing and have things handed to a person. It's easier to work for a living. I hear you, man. I hear you. I hear you, Major. I appreciate what you're doing in the community as well as Brian Gig Exposed Apps. You know, he got 3 different channels. And ladies and gentlemen, please check him out. Inspiration, motivational messages that can help you get through the day while we still live life here on earth. Please check him out. I was taught at a young age, never look down on anyone who works, no matter what their job is. That's old school values, what he's talking about, which is core values. Oak Smash will be doing a series about. I will be there doing them with him. But I believe in giving recognition to those who deserve recognition. I don't try to take that spotlight from no one. If it wasn't my idea, I'm gonna let you know it wasn't my idea. If I have some screenshots of other drivers, I'm gonna let you know that's somebody else screenshot, not mine. I'm gonna give recognition to those that have inspired me and others in this community. I asked some questions. I'm dealing with question number 4. You don't have to answer it here. You can answer it here, and you can answer it to yourself. Does this affect your mental health? Yes, it affects people's mental health when they, might be behind in bills, and now the bills piling up, and you don't have the money. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it affects your mental health. Anxiety kicks into depression. Yes, it does. It's a reality. But we're going to talk about some of them things. Because I went through some of those things. And so have you. And we made it through before. All of us have. All right. Now, the next thing, question 5. Do you have a plan? Do you have a plan? Let me do it again. Do you have a plan? Once you have a plan, you can set goals on how you have to adjust and to adapt to the changes that take place in your life. Okay. These are some of the tips that answer this question on how do you survive deactivation on Doordash, and how do you adapt to these situations. Having George John Hulk Smash as a co-host have brought a lot of core values to this channel. I thank him for it, and I salute him for it, my brother. And we will be sharing more information that deals with reality of what we face in this community as we live this gig life along with living life. All All right. So we don't look at ourselves as celebrities because you can become a member of premium YouTube TV and now we on TV. Now we thinking we this and that. Nah, we're average human beings just like you.
Yep.
And that's where we want to keep it. You see, because it's going to the place to where people gonna watch you on TV, and when people see you, they're gonna look at you as some type of celebrity. Don't let that blow your brains out. Okay. Keep being real, keep being humble, keep treating people good, kindness, and all of that with love for the community and helping people move forward one person at a time. Keep in mind on how do you handle unforeseen circumstances. Being proactive versus reactive, and then things we cannot control. Okay. Well, I'm getting ready to end it now. With that note right there. Depend on God first, then He will take care of your needs. Amen, which means so be it. First seek the kingdom of God and all His righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we out of here. Y'all take care. George, this was once again another great episode. Great idea. Short minute notice. We got other things we're going to talk about off the set. I got a video I know I need to do homework on and watch.
Mm-hmm.
And ladies and gentlemen, we thank you once again for coming by, checking us out. We have a variety of ways God put it on our heart how to do what we do. And we give it here from the heart. That's the only way we know how to do it. You know, we give it from our heart, and we're going to continue on to do so. So peace, take care, and everyone have a great day.
Be blessed, everybody.
And be blessed.